Hi, Don McCrae here with Premier Police Training, and yep, I'm back for our third installment of Warrantless Vehicle Searches. And this time around, I'm going to talk to you about searching a vehicle incident to a custodial arrest. I call it a Belton Gant search. Step 1, you stop a car. Step 2, you arrest someone who is in the car. And you search them, and you find nothing illegal, and then you place them in the back of your squad. You need to make a decision to search the car or not search the car. That is the question. So, do you have the authority to search that car incident to that arrest? Yes or no? Again, that is the question. Now, before you make a decision whether or not you have the authority to search the arrestee's vehicle incident to their arrest, let's cover a few important points. There must be a custodial arrest. You cannot search incident to a ticket. It must be an arrest. The arrest must be contemporaneous. Well, what does that mean? The vehicle must be close by, and it must be what's considered recently occupied. Now let me give you an example. Here's a Walmart. If you arrest somebody inside this Walmart, but that's where their car is parked, don't search it incident to the arrest. It's not contemporaneous. All right? It just isn't, and that search is not going to be considered lawful. Now, the area of the vehicle that you may search incident to a custodial arrest. I'm going to take you to United States versus Stiegel. That and other decisions, well, it's the entire passenger compartment, including the rear hatch area, as long as people can access those areas. So I did you a little favor there and drew you kind of an outline. That's what's considered the passenger compartment. How do you decide if you have the authority to search? To determine that, I want you to ask two questions, and those two questions I refer to as the Belton Gant Filter. The names Belton and Gant are taken from the two search and seizure case laws containing those names. Two names, Belton and Gant, two questions. Number 1, could there be any evidence in the passenger compartment connected to the arrest? If the answer is yes, then you may search. If the answer is no, then you need to ask question number 2 in the filter. Are there any vehicle occupants still unsecured in or nearby the vehicle who can still access the passenger compartment? If yes, you may search. And if no, well, then there is no search. A great way to illustrate this is to show you some videos. Let's watch.
Could there be any evidence in the passenger compartment of the arrestee's vehicle associated with a DUI arrest? Well, what do you think? In this situation, I am going to get a yes. I am going to go in and I'm going to search the vehicle for any kind of alcohol or open container evidence. And that's what I'm going to do at this time. And I was able to find evidence connected to the crime of driving under the influence. So that's how you use the Belton Gant filter. It's effective, it works, and it'll make your decision making a lot easier. So in this case, I'm going to ask myself the first question. Could there be any evidence in the passenger compartment connected to the arrest? Well, in this case, it was a bench warrant for failing to pay a fine for speeding. The answer is no. I'm going to move to question 2. Are there any other occupants of the vehicle still in or nearby who are unsecured? I'm going to look to get a yes or no to that as well. Now, in this situation, there is a passenger who is unsecured, still in the vehicle. That gives me a yes to question 2. I am then going to go in and perform a search of the passenger compartment incident to that custodial arrest. So in this situation, the arrest was for display possession of a false identification. So let's use the Belton Gant filter. Question number 1. Could there be any evidence in the passenger compartment connected to the arrest for displaying a false identification? you're going to get a yes or no. Now, in this case, the answer is yes. He could easily have other false documents inside that vehicle, inside the passenger compartment. So in this situation, I used the Belton Gant filter. The first question I got a yes to. I am now going to go in and search the passenger compartment of the arrestee's vehicle, looking for other fake and false identification, licenses, and documents. Now, my investigation showed that he just came over and punched him a couple times, that there were no weapons used to commit the assault. I still have to determine whether or not I can search the passenger compartment incident to the arrest of simple assault. So I'll use the Belton Gant filter. Question number 1, could there be any evidence inside the passenger compartment connected to this simple assault arrest? I'm going to get either a yes or no. In this case, I'm going to get a no. There's just nothing there. I'm going to move on now to the second part of the filter. Question number 2, are there any occupants of the vehicle still in or nearby unsecured? And in this situation, we have a passenger in the vehicle. I'm going to get a yes to question number 2, which then allows me to search the passenger compartment of the arrestee's vehicle incident to his arrest. Now, we know from the Belton Gant filter that I'm going to get a yes to question 1. Could there be any evidence in the passenger compartment connected to the DUI arrest? The answer is yes. I'm going to go in and I'm going to look for alcohol and open containers. So here I go. I'm going into the passenger compartment of the arrestee's vehicle under Belton Gant, looking for alcohol and open containers. Interesting. During that Belton Gant search, I found a marijuana grinder full of marijuana. This just gave me probable cause. Now, the Belton Gant search is over. It's done. I will immediately transition into the Carroll doctrine based on probable cause, readily mobile vehicle, exigent circumstances. Now that's what I'm going in under. I'm going to search the entire vehicle wherever drugs and drug paraphernalia can fit.
That completes this installment of Warrantless Vehicle Searches, where I talked to you today about searching a vehicle incident to custodial arrest, and I introduced you to the Belton Gant filter. And if you're interested, go to the banner on our YouTube channel at the top on the right side and download the free Belton Gant booklet right from there. And I want to thank you for joining me. Next time, I'm going to talk to you about searching a motor vehicle based on probable cause. The Carroll doctrine coming at you next time. Thank you.